Tehillah, another Hebrew word for praise, which means a hymn, a song of praise, a new song, or a spontaneous song. Have you ever been in a situation where just like anxiety like sets in, feels like the walls are like caving in and like your heart rate increases and you're like, oh man, like what, and you're starting to go into this panic mode. What we're tempted to do then is try to like make ourselves safe and like figure out what we can do to gain some power and control over the situation. But what if that's the perfect time for Tehillah? What if it's the perfect time to just sing spontaneously to God? The scripture says that he puts a new song in our mouth, and I love what Paul says in Ephesians 5. He says, do not get drunk on wine, which leads to debauchery. Instead, be filled with the Spirit, speaking to one another with psalms, hymns, and songs from the Spirit. Sing and make music from your heart to the Lord. Man, you might be in a worship service and hear like the worship leaders say, hey, would you just sing your own song to the Lord right now? Man, what that is that's Tehillah. That's someone's not leading me and telling me what to sing. That's the overflow of worship, of encountering the presence of God, of gratitude that he's never left you, that he's never forsaken you, that he's fighting your battles. And it's also this offensive against the forces of darkness that are trying to bring anxiety and fear and worry in. And it's us saying, no. I know who God is. I know that he's for me. I know that his Spirit lives inside me, and I've got a song to sing. And man, it makes me think of a story that John Piper told. He said that when he was a young pastor, there were some college students that called him over and they said, listen, our friend, we think there's something wrong with her. She seems like not herself, like possessed by a demon. And they're like, we need your help. And he goes over there with another pastor friend of his, and he said that they tarried with them for hours and they read scripture, and it freaked out the spirit that was within this girl. It made her angry. She would lash out and try to knock the Bible out of his hand. But for whatever reason, nothing was enough to cause the spirit to leave this woman until they began to sing. He said they sang spontaneous praises to God in unison. And that freaked this demonic spirit out so much that it could not stay anymore, and it left this girl on the spot. Tehillah, a new song, a spontaneous song, a song of praise that just comes up out of us, that we don't have to think about, that we don't have to be led in, but we just say yes, and we just kind of let that river flow out of us. I encourage you to begin to practice Tehillah by yourself, in your room, in your car, and yes, in congregational settings as well. Maybe during instrumental moments and in between songs, and when we're in just the spirit of worship and praise to God, to just sing your own song to God. It's Tehillah.